As you stare at that spot, notice how as I move that hand towards your forehead, that hand starts to move towards the forehead all by itself, without any conscious thought on your part. She's going beautifully into hypnosis in that little clip there, so you're going to see the full street hypnosis clip inside. Usually I talk about the street hypnosis clip, but I'm talking about the techie side today because I'm answering a question about audio from one of my regular commenters on my channel. So stay tuned inside and find out what that question is. Hi there, my name's Turan Mirza. I'm a hypnotist and clinical hypnotherapist, and every week I show you some street hypnosis clip or something to do with hypnosis, and then usually I'll break that hypnosis clip down and discuss a certain element aspect of the hypnosis clip. This week I'm going behind the camera, as it were, or not behind the camera as much as behind the audio, and I'm talking about the audio this week, and this is in response to a comment on one of my recent videos from a Mexi Mex, who's a regular contributor on my channel to the comment section. And he asked, there's his comment, you can see that below, and he asks, nothing to do with hypnosis this time, LOL, but I find your recording setup interesting. Any chance of a video on how you put it all together and synchronize the camera footage and the pocket audio? It's not something I'm ever likely to do myself, but I just like understanding how the stuff works. Well, just for you, I'm putting this video together, and I hope you enjoy it and hope you understand it. Please do leave a comment in the comment section below if you understand it. In this video, because it's about the mechanics of recording audio, it applies not just to hypnosis videos, but any video that you can care to make on YouTube, or for any purpose at all, actually. I hope you like this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, make sure you give it a like, and don't forget, click the big subscribe button and that bell notification button next to this subscribe button so you get notified every time I bring a new video out. Leave a comment in the comment section below. If you have a question about hypnosis or about my setup, then please do ask in the comment section below, and I might just make a video just for you and give you a little name drop. But enough of that now, let's watch the video and stay tuned afterwards for the tutorial. Hi guys. Hello. Doing some free entertainment today. Would you like to be hypnotized? Yeah. Yes? Good stuff. Do you mind being videoed for YouTube?
Okay.
Good stuff. What about yourself?
I might just sit out.
You're going to sit out? Right. Do you want to be hypnotized standing up or sitting down?
Sitting down.
Sitting down? Good stuff. And your name is?
My name's Tokyo.
Tokyo. I want you to look at your hand. Look at your lines in your hand. Pick one spot and one line. As you stare at that spot, notice how as I move that hand towards your forehead, that hand starts to move towards the forehead all by itself, without any conscious thought on your part. And you can close your eyes down as the eyes begin to change focus and go down even deeper still. And the deeper you go, the more relaxed you feel, the more relaxed you feel, the deeper you go, drifting, sinking down even deeper still. And I'm going to count from 10 down 1. With every count I count, just allow your unconscious now to take you even deeper, even more relaxed. So 10, going deeper now, 9, even deeper still, 8, 10 times deeper. With every count I count, just go down even deeper still. By the time I get to the number 1, your unconscious will take you to a place that even I couldn't take you. So deep, so relaxed, that everything I say will become your reality. So 5, even deeper still. 4, so deep, so relaxed. 3, way down, even deeper still. 2, and 1, way down. In a minute I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and the count of 3 you can open your eyes, you'll be back with us. But every time I say the word sleep or deeper sleep, your eyes will close down, your head will drop down to your chest, and you'll go 10 times deeper again. Nod your head that you understand. So 1, 2, 3, open your eyes, and sleep now. Way down, even deeper, even more relaxed. The deeper you go, the more relaxed you feel, the more relaxed you feel, the deeper you go, drifting, sinking down even deeper still. In a minute I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and the count of 3 this time you can open your eyes, you'll be back with us, but you want to feel so relaxed, so comfortable sitting on that stone there that's going to feel like your bum is part of that stone. It's like your bum is part of that stone. It's like you're stuck, cemented, glued to that stone. You will not be able to stand up. It's like your legs are totally formed into that 90-degree position. You will not be able to stand up. It's like your bum is stuck to the floor, the bench. Nod your head that you understand. So 1, 2, 3, open your eyes. How'd that feel?
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and try and stand up. Really try. Really try. The harder you try, the harder you stick. Really try. Really pushing. Isn't she pushing? Really try. What's it like?
I can't.
You can't. You're stuck. Isn't that cool? Look at me. And sleep now. Way down. Deeper, deeper, deeper relaxed. Hi there, welcome back and thanks for staying for this tutorial section of that video. I hope you liked that induction. Wasn't she a superstar and really accepted that suggestion that she was stuck and couldn't stand up? There's going to be more from her in later videos, so like I say, make sure you click that notification bell button when you subscribe so you get notified every time there's a new video coming out, so you see more of this girl and more people getting hypnotized. So if you watched that video, you'll probably realize that the audio was pretty cool, pretty good, I think, in my terms anyway. So let's hear what the camera was hearing. Before we go any further, I'm going to show you a clip of just what the camera was picking up. Pick one spot. Just stay at that spot. As I move that hand towards your foot, the hands touch the move all by itself. Then just stop. Close your eyes down. The eyes down your stop. Keep your foot more relaxed. Look at your lines in your hand. Pick one spot and one line. As you stare at that spot, notice how as I move that hand towards your forehead, that hand starts to move towards the forehead all by itself, without any conscious thought on your part. And you can close your eyes down as the eyes begin to change focus and go down even deeper still. And the deeper you go, the more relaxed you feel. So what changed? What happened? How am I using some massive AI intelligent engine to sift out all the noise and really pick up on my voice and her voice? You could just about make my voice out and make her voice out. So what changed? What was different? Well, that was the audio recorded via the camera. But the audio you heard in the final footage was recorded from one of these little dictaphones, a little recording device, a little digital recording device that I keep in my pocket. Now, I record from the start of the day, so as soon as I turn up at an event, I hit record, put the little lock on so it can't be, accidentally switched off while it's in my pocket, and I put it in my pocket. I then connect a little microphone like this here, so you'll see a little microphone like this clipped to my lapel. It's called a lapel mic, funny enough, or in this case the centris. I'm not too sure what this section is called. Is this my lapel as well? But I connect it to here, and I put the wire down inside my t-shirt so that it connects to the recording device in my pocket. So when you look at those videos, look out for this little black sort of microphone that's connected to my t-shirt, and you'll see that in most of my videos. Now there's a little black sort of wind defender, windbreaker that's going over that. It's a little spongy thing, just absorbs some of the noises coming off from wind. But the advantage of this, well, there's multiple advantages to this device. Number one, this device runs off standard AA batteries. Because it runs off standard AA batteries, I can swap out more batteries very quickly without having to find a USB charger or plug it into a USB charging bank and carry that around as well. So that's very convenient. Not only that, but these two little AA batteries or AAA batteries last for about 72 hours. In fact, I think 72 hours is the recording time on this device. I think the batteries last about 3 or 4 times that again. So it's very power efficient, very energy efficient, and very convenient to carry around. It's a nice, small, lightweight device. Not only that, but there's various noise cancelling features within these pocket devices to make sure they pick up the microphone very clearly in the first place, because they're designed for voice and designed for recording voice. Secondly, because this is clipped here, if there's wind in the area where I'm working, of course we're doing street hypnosis, which can be inside, but for the majority of the work I do is outside. I don't want the wind blowing past and interrupting the noise that's coming into the microphone, and you're getting wind noise and wind sounds as well. So being clipped close to my body, it offers a level of protection from the wind around. I then get the camera person to stand at a decent distance away so that they can capture not just a head and shoulders shot of me and the subject I'm working with, but they can capture everything about them. Take a look at this clip to explain. So we've got our scene here of the girl and myself, and this is the camera. Now if the camera moves close, we're going to get a nice tight headshot, and you might just about see her hand in view, but I want the camera to be back here. The problem with the camera being back here is, while it means I've got a nice clear view of myself and the girl, you can see the fact that she's seated, you can see where her hands are, you can see where her focus is, you can see how I'm doing the hypnosis. So it's a nice visual shot, but the microphone on the camera is far away. It's a good distance away from the audio that's coming out of our mouths, the comments that's coming out of her mouth. And the fact that the microphone is picking up audio from multiple directions because it's so far away. It's picking up from the sides, picking up from maybe even the back. If someone stops to ask the camera person something, it'll pick up that audio as well. So it's difficult to pick up audio. And this is what a lot of videos you'll see on YouTube are like. If the audio is poor, it's because the camera's far away. And it's good that the camera's far away from a visual point of view, but the problem is it's not picking up the audio next to them. Whereas the microphone in my pocket, the recording device there, and the lapel mic that's close to me is picking up my voice nicely. If she says anything, it's picking that up well. So hope that's all making sense so far. The other thing about this is this little lavalier mic costs about 20 UK sterling, and the recording device costs similar, about £25 UK sterling. So it's a very cheap and handy device to purchase in the first place compared to some other alternatives, and I'll talk about those later on. Things I have but don't necessarily use as much of. Another key feature of recording separately is sometimes the camera will move in or maybe move out even further away. If I'm doing a foot stick, sometimes the camera person will move even further away, so the audio will change in levels, whereas the microphone clip to myself will remain constant in audio level throughout the conversation. So already you can see lots of reasons why recording audio separately is very convenient. We've got the recording on our person in the little dictaphone recording device, and we've got audio recorded on the camera itself. So how do we sync them two together? Well, I've put this video a screenshot together, so watch this and I'll give you some more information of how I personally sync them together. I'm in DaVinci Resolve and I've already imported the MP3, which is the audio track for the day, and the first couple of videos that you can just about see on the left here. And I'm going to pull the MP3 and drop it onto the audio 2 track, just snap it to the T=0 line, and you can see the video is about 2 hours and 49 minutes and 33 seconds exactly. So I've recorded the audio as I explained via the little recording device in my pocket non-stop throughout the day. So let's now get the movie in, and I'm going to pull it onto video track 1 and audio track 1, and I want to put it, you know, it's the second video of the day. I've labeled the video as the second video of the day, and it's a good one. So I know the first one was about 15-16 minutes long, so this one should start around the 1 minute 15 second boundary. Now if I zoom in, so I'm going to zoom in on the timeline, what I want to do is mute my separately recorded audio, so I'm just listening to the video and listening for some of the keywords as best as I can. As you saw earlier how bad that audio was, I'm going to listen as best I can for some keywords, some key moments in that. So here goes. Pick one spot and one line. So that's the phrase I'm looking for the start of the video. So now I'll mute the audio on the video and I'll mute the audio from my recording device. Notice how as I move that hand towards your forehead, that hand starts to move towards the forehead all back. Now, I'm already past that point. I know from my general script that I've passed that point. So let's go a little bit before that. Be hypnotized? No? Yes? Good stuff. Do you mind being a video for YouTube? Good stuff. What about yourself? So this is me approaching that girl. So the video is about to start rolling shortly.
I like to sit out.
You're going to sit out. And it's clear her friend just doesn't want to be hypnotized. She wants to just sit out.
Right. Do you want to be hypnotized standing up or sitting down? Sitting down. Sitting down? Good stuff. And your name is? My name's Tokyo. Tokyo. I want you to look at your hand. Look at your lines in your hand.
There you go. So I'm practically into it. So I'm going to move that close.
And pick one spot and one line. As you stare.
Now, I'm going to zoom in at this point. And look, I'm going to expand that up a bit. And let me just go back. Now that I'm close, I just want to listen to the audio again. So just about here, I'm going to mark that spot in one line. So I go back to here.
Hand, pick one spot in one line, one spot in one line.
And on the audio track, I'm close to that there, so I'm not far off what I should be. Let's see how that goes. If I play it now and look at the video.
And pick one spot in one line. As you stare at that spot, notice how as I move that hand towards your forehead, that hand's...
And I think that's pretty good. I don't know if you can see from the video the detail of it, but staring close to the screen, I think that audio is pretty good. Now what I'll do at this point is just zoom in a bit more, and I'll notice that this waveform and that waveform look quite similar. So I'm tempted to say this needs to be, despite my happiness, I'm going to move the track, and I might just try and, what I probably do is on snap. So I'm not snapping to frame, so I can move the audio very precisely, and let's see if that looks any better.
Pick one spot in one line.
And I think that's perfect.
As you stare at that spot, notice how as I move that hand towards your...
Okay, and I'm zooming out now. I'm going to pick a few random points, hopefully where I'm standing up close to the camera.
Tell your friend. What have you lost that you can't sit down? Did she take it? Have you got whatever she's lost? Ask her.
Okay.
More motivation? 40 quid. And all you have to do...
And I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty happy with that. Looking at things like the fizzling of the paper as well as the lip sync.
Even if you hear it, you can't say it. How many dwarfs? 7.
There you go. I am pretty happy with that there. So now this audio is no longer needed. I could in fact delete. I tend to just keep it on a separate audio track and keep that. Might be a bit messy, but I just keep that track muted. Or I can just select that by itself and delete that. And now I have the video and the audio.
Good stuff. And your name is?
My name's Tokyo.
Tokyo. I want you to look at your hand. Look at your lines in your hand. Pick one spot in one line.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the synchronization process. It takes a bit of time. Curious to look back on the recording of this to see how long it took me to get there. And then I will repeat that for each of the videos. There is a sync system. Before anyone asks, if I go to the cut screen, I can select the audio and the video, and I can press this button up here, which is the sync audio, sync clips. And it says I've got clip A and clip B, and I can say sync on the audio because there's no time code involved. So I can say sync on audio, and I can press that sync, but unfortunately it comes back, or it comes up auto sync failed. There you go. Auto sync failed, so I say okay, no match. So it can't find it, unfortunately, because the audio is so noisy. When you look back at that video, it only took me about 2 or 3 minutes to make that video, and I was talking slowly to explain the whole process to you. And in real time, when I'm doing it, it'll take me about a minute to get the 2 tracks synced up because I'm used to knowing what I'm looking for in that process, and you'll speed up as you get familiar with it yourself if you're doing it that way. There are other ways of doing it, but I've been doing that for 10 years now throughout this YouTube channel, so I'm used to it, and some of the gadgets I'm about to explain didn't even exist back then. Or if they did, they were very expensive. So this device, which I've purchased, as you can see here, I'm holding it here, this is not in any way sponsored by this or Panasonic for the recording devices or anybody else. This is purely a free, unpaid or unsubsidized or unsupported video, by the way. But this is an alternative system. In this system, this is the transmitter, so it has a little microphone that you would clip to your body, and it would transmit to this receiver, and the receiver would then feed in to the camera. Now, the advantage of this is there's no syncing in post-production because the audio goes straight into the system. As good as it is, and I have used it several times, but most of the times I'm going to use my tried and tested method for the very simple reason that these need to be charged on their USB devices. If I get out on site and these aren't charged, I either need to charge them again from a power bank, which sort of then adds weight to them, or I have to wait while it charges from a electrical socket. So there's a path of failure by using these devices compared to, as I say, the other recording device which only uses AA batteries. You can swap those out, carry a couple of extra AA batteries. There's no weight and no issue at all to transport. The other downside of these is now this is writing directly to the audio track in the camera. If for any reason this does fail, the camera will have no audio at all. And my rule of thumb is bad audio is better than no audio at all. On some of my YouTube videos, the audio isn't the best, and that's because for whatever reason I ran out of AA batteries, or I forgot to bring fresh batteries, and the batteries I bought on that day had run down. And I was able to use the footage because there was some level of audio, even though it was a bit shaky. Again, the clip I used an example just at the start of this tutorial to demonstrate how bad the footage can be from the camera. That was a particularly bad part because the camera person was at my direction, standing back to get me totally in frame, so you could see the girl was sitting down. You could see how I was doing a seated, or for her, the subject, the seated induction. So I wanted the camera further away, but as a result, the audio was bad. At times the camera was moving in closer and the camera was not too bad of an audio, but again, you want consistency. So with this, if either one of these dies in terms of battery power, the audio will be blank inside the camera, and we're back to not being able to use the footage at all. They are nice devices. I have used them, and they have good distance, whatever, and if you're moving around lots, it's nice to do this. But I usually use this in situations like this here. If I get back to my cutting room where I do the video editing and find that the footage isn't best, I can reshoot this. If I'm doing live street hypnosis, I can't get that subject back and do exactly the same things because they're wandered off to another part of the event. So these are brilliant tools in other situations. Similarly, today, right now, talking to you, I've got a shotgun mic pointing at me. And again, shotgun mics are great because they can be very directional and they can be close to the camera. I've actually got my microphone just up here, just out of sight, so it's hanging downwards to pick up my voice. But a shotgun mic is very good, but once again, if I'm moving around inside the scene in a street hypnosis setting, it's not as easy to make sure, unless your camera's square pointing at me, it's not easy to make sure a shotgun mic picks you up as well. So again, I prefer having this local lavalier mic picking up the audio, and for the sake of 1 minute extra in post-production, I'm able to sync up the video. And the other thing about this device, of course, is that it cost about £150 in comparison to the £40–45 setup I described earlier that I use. So costs is involved in that there if you're on a tight budget. And not to mention the fact that these devices have already been superseded twice. The Rode, I'll just give them a plug anyway, even though this is not a paid or sponsored event, but Rode have just brought out a time coding system. Now that I'm going to be watching with interest, because you might be able to sync up the time code with the recorder and the camera to make it even easier and quicker to sync audio. But that's just come out, and these are only about 2 years old, so they're obviously always being superseded with more features and more features, and again, it could be costly if you keep upgrading every time they bring a new device out, whereas this recording device has been with me for 10, maybe more years. I used it before I started using it for the YouTube channel. Hope you enjoyed that video. This video was really aimed and targeted for you, but I hope other people will find it useful. If you do find it useful, leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me if you're going to use it for your hypnosis videos, or if you're not using it for hypnosis but managed to listen to it and find it useful for recording audio. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me what sort of videos you make, and I don't usually like other people to promote their other channels, but drop your channel in the comment section if you do. I will be watching out for those spammers that are blatantly just spamming for the sake of it, so give me a sense that you are using it in the comment section below. If you have any other questions about hypnosis or about this audio setup, something you don't understand or I missed, leave that question in the comment section below, and I'll hopefully make a video just for you helping to explain that question further. And don't forget, make sure you give it a thumbs up, make sure you give it a like, because that always helps my channel grow and I really appreciate it. And don't forget, click the subscribe button and that bell notification button next to the subscribe button so you get notified every time I bring out a new video for this channel. Until next week, why don't you watch this video next? It's from the same QCon event and it talks a little bit more about microphoning from a different aspect. So it was a recent video release and I think this is one that maybe triggered Maxi Max to ask his question, but check this one out next. And until next week, enjoy your week.